Hello. It's been a long time since I've had a video. There's been a lot of stuff I've been doing. The train room, as well as building the manufacturing area for JimmyTrains. I've been creating a lot of stuff lately, also both in software as well as new designs in preparation for this fall's York. So this video will be about kind of an overview of what I've been doing for the last 3 months. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Okay, let's start with the train room. I applied drywall paint to all the joists and heating ducts in the basement. I recommend you wear a mask, full body Tyvek suit, the works, because it's such a mess. But the result is so beautiful. Next up was reworking the old bar area. I did not like the countertop, and the doors did not match my current cabinets. So I worked with what I had, made sure that I saved as much plywood as possible, and then made sure the drawer fridge would fit. And then once that was done, built a face frame for where the doors would go for the sink cabinet. Then I made the doors on my router table, as shown here, made sure they fit. Then I made a walnut countertop and made sure it fit, installed a nice sink with a drain board and faucet, and then painted it all up and installed the drawer fridge, and it looks great. I finished the drywall and then decided to paint the floor gray instead of putting a carpet or tile down. It was a much more economical solution and it'll get me by for the time being. Next, I'll go over the manufacturing area for JimmyTrains. It is in my laundry room. The previous sink was too wide to give me room for my countertops that I'm installing, so I got a very narrow laundry sink and just moved the equipment over to the left. This allowed me to get 3 adjustable workbenches in the corner here. As you can see, pretty much it's a mess. You can see their Dyson vac and shelf and a bunch of wires. The wires are for my audio system, so I built a shelf for the audio system, put all the audio components in, moved the Dyson, and now I have space for my equipment. I got a new X2P2 55 laser cutter. It's great for cutting plexiglass and wood and other things. And here you can see it in its box. I'm going to put it on the countertop. It's packaged beautifully, and here it is on the countertop, ready to be wheeled into the laundry room. It also can be wheeled out in a bigger space, so I can use the conveyor attachment that I have with it as well. So here you see all the equipment installed in the manufacturing area for JimmyTrains. Next, I'll discuss the progress on the layout. Here is the actual floor plan of the layout and the basement. You can see the layout on the left here. It's roughly a 12 by 15 room, and then you can see the laundry room where I have the manufacturing area that I previously discussed. You see the bar down at the bottom, and basically it's a layout that is a dog bone with 2 reversing loops. Eventually I think I'm going to do some shelf layout or some second levels or lower levels, but I'm going to do those later. Using the layout plan, I made frame plans. The frame plans are 3 3/4 inch strips of wood pocket screwed together, and they're bolted together as shown in this assembly. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 individual assemblies that will be bolted together. To do this, I basically cut strips of plywood on my table saw and then cut them according to the plans from CAD. Here you see the first set being assembled around one of my I-beam supports for the house. I had to eventually take the frame apart and put it around that post. I didn't really know that at the time. That's why I assembled them first. Here's the right section being raised to the proper level, and then here is the left section being raised to the proper level. I did the right first and then the left and then filled in between. I had to do a little bit of adjustment, but I was surprised at how close I was. Some of the sections are curved, so I used 3 ply of MDF hardboard glued together in clamps to get the edge. Here you can see most of the MDF applied except for 2 sections, and you can also see how I actually built those particular sections to receive curved sections. You can see I got boards cut bottom and top and pocket screw to the frame, and then here all the edges are complete. Then I attached 5 sheets of plywood to the frames as shown. The lights are because I was so proud of myself and I wanted to have a beer, so I tested out the layout by sitting on the layout and drinking my beer. Next, I installed the Millhouse River Studios turntable by turning it upside down and tracing its outline. Then I drilled several holes and started using my jigsaw to cut out the circle. As I was proceeding, I put a board down, screwed down to keep the circle from falling through. Here you can see the 3 boards attached to the circle. I use these boards later. Then I got some hardware. I got flathead machine screw, 2 nuts, or 3 nuts I should say, and a washer. I used the nut to hold it against the plywood, and I used the 2 nuts to adjust the turntable up and down. Here I'm using the support saved from before to hold the end of the turntable while I push up the front. There was no way for me to do this because I was the only person there, so this is how I figured out how to do it. Then I use these supports to use to line up the turntable to the table's surface as shown. Then I laid the Gargraves track. This was the first time I ever used Gargraves. It's pretty hard to do, and so it took me a while to figure out how to do most of it. I still have to do some more adjustments, I believe, and then put road bed down, but this was just done so that I could be ready for company coming where the kids wanted to see trains running. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. New exciting things at York this year. I'm going to bring my stereo board to demonstrate, as well as some other cool products. So see me in the Orange Hall.